Hello and welcome to the Not For Broadcast Man's Laughter Run, episode 6. Today we're going to be tackling day 112, the Uprising. Now, we are finally going to learn the confirmation of Susie and Chris's deaths, and we will also be killing off a bunch of other people. You'll see, don't worry about it. Anyway, let's continue on. Day 371, a proportionate response. The rest of your shift passes in a blur, with the same words going around and around in your head. Operatives working for advanced detonated nuclear explosives. Initial estimates put the death toll into the millions. Did this really just happen? You pull into the driveway with no memory of the journey home. The light in the front room is on. Clearly someone else is still awake. The door creaks open into the living room and you find Sam sitting on the sofa, staring at the TV. The screen is off and they're clearly lost in thought. Take a seat beside them and put a reassuring hand on their shoulder. They don't look at you, but they do reach up to take your hand in theirs. Now you're closer, you see Sam's face more clearly. You see a look you've never seen before. Chris and Susie, they're both... I know. You do. What the hell can we do? Bastards killed Chris and Susie and millions of others, all because of that fucking war which we never asked for. Where there should be tears, there's only fire. Pure, raw fury. They're manic now. I hate them, Alex. I know you've been working against Advance, and I'm glad. They're monsters. I want to help bring them down. We need to do more. Nothing can justify what they did. And anyone tries is just as bad as they are. Relief spreads over Sam's face like a rave, and they collapse against you, clutching tightly. Clearly this was weighing heavily on them. You're not sure you've even processed it all fully yet. At least you'll get through it together. Day 380, a final farewell. The last week is passed in a blur. A rush of things to do, but all immediately forgotten, your memory clouded by a dark fog. 9 days since the so-called Liberation Night, and the beginning of Advance's new future. You weren't the first ones at the church today. You were staggered by the number of people who have come to mourn with you. Everyone here for the same reason, sharing the same pain, the same sense of loss. It's written all over their faces, much as it would be on yours. You step away from everyone else, needing space to gather your thoughts. Your little girl Susie, and Chris too, both just gone. Sam has said little since that evening, clearly still in shock. Not that you could blame them, you haven't been much better. Sam appears, silent, and squeezes your hand tightly. An act of desperation, seeking comfort, and you squeeze back. A small piece of you can't help but wonder, are you partly to blame? These scars will not fade quickly. There hadn't even been coffins to bury. So that has just confirmed the deaths of Chris Wells and Susie Winston. That's 2 deaths. I'm pretty sure we could have another family death, but I'm not entirely sure. Regardless, it's going to happen. Probably. We'll figure it out. Anyway, let's move on. Why do I have to make Alex's life such a depressive mentos? Over a year later now, and we are in an academic exodus. It's a seemingly ordinary morning, but just as you get into work, you find a small crowd gathered in the break room. When you go in to grab your first cup of tea of the day, you can't help but overhear some excited chatter. You didn't hear? Yeah, another one's gone missing. What's that bring the total up there to now? Oh, I should figure over 100 at this point. They won't have all been reported or whatever the hell. An excited young woman turns to you and begins to explain. Another professor went missing from Queen's University. All the other disappearances over the last year. Scientists, doctors, researchers. Pauses before lowering her voice to a whisper. It's clearly Disrupt targeting the people speaking out against them. Even heard advance are struggling to prevent further. A deep, familiar voice from behind you interrupts. What exactly is going on here? A silence overtakes the room as you all turn in unison towards the doorway. Bozeman clears his voice before continuing. I've told you before, I don't want to hear about these so-called disappearances. Come on now, people. Advance has been very clear that they're nothing to worry about, which means they're not our problem, and unless they start classing cappuccinos as intellectual, fuck me. I don't think anyone here has anything to worry about. Let's get back to work. Bozeman holds up a hand to keep you, as everyone else flies out of the room. Look, I know you have a habit of doing what you want. Things are different now. Advance runs the show, and they've made their feelings clear, so I'm doing the same. Channel 1's professional position is that the government has things well in hand. Nothing more, nothing less. Trust that I won't be hearing talk about this again. He gives you a curt nod before leaving. It seems that, for better or for worse, public ownership is now in full swing. Wow. We're going now. We are speeding! Jesus Christ! Day 871, a part to play. The note, while vague by necessity, was clear. Disrupt was doing something big tonight. You were simply going to be driving a few people from point A to point B, but apparently it was very important, and you were not to tell anyone. Why it needs to be done at precisely 10:17 in the evening, you're not sure. To be safe, you arrive just after 10 PM and rate. As the time approaches, you can't help but check out your surroundings. It seems to be a farm of some sort. An odd place for a pickup, but you're sure to swap up their reasoning. 10:17 arrives. Now it's 10:18. Now it's 10:19. 10:20. 10:21. The minutes tick by, aching slowly. Suddenly, a movement catches your eye from a barn in front of you. 4 figures, dressed head to toe in black, run towards you. The only distinguishing feature? The orange fist emblazoned on your chest. You probably wouldn't be able to see them in the dark, but at that moment, flames erupt from the barn and spread quickly into the fields beyond. Soon, a lake of fire is all you can see. You're broken from your reverie, and as all the balaclavas remind you that you've yet to put yours on. Fortunately, you manage to pull it on just as the doors of your cars are wrenched open, and the 4 figures pile in. Drive! The man in the passenger seat hisses at you before turning to admire the growing maelstrom of flame. You quickly pull the car around and speed away. Once the team regain their breath and the panting stops, the journey back to the capital continues in a silent tension. Struggle to declare that during operations, identities were to be kept secret unless absolutely necessary. You drop off each of the nondescript figures at different locations, each watching the car drive away before pulling off both balaclava and Disrupt's uniform. At the final stop, your last passenger makes no move to leave. This was where I was told to drop you. The final Disrupt member pauses for a moment before removing their balaclava. For the moment, you sit there stunned. It's not just a face you recognize, but one you know better than any other. Sam. Hey Alex, they smile at you. Seems you're not working late tonight? You can't help but smile back as you accelerate away. You can't help. Do you think they'll ask him the uniform? One day later. A spark to light the flames. After an eventful night, you decide to let Sam sleep in when you wake up early this next morning, still a little wired. With the house quiet, you decide to bring some breakfast into the living room to watch some TV while you eat. This is breaking news. Reports are coming in from across the country that large swaths of everything is not floods, JMO, please. That large swaths of farmland went up in flames last night as part of what authorities are calling a heinous and well-planned act of terrorism by the group known as Disrupt. You drop your spoon back into the porridge and turn up the volume. In addition to food stores, which government sources have said will put a strain on universal menu centres countrywide, a number of CCO and civic buildings were targeted in last night's attack. According to Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, specific prisons and re-education and betterment facilities were raided, and a small selection of problematic and potentially dangerous individuals were forcibly extracted from lawful custody. You hold your breath, waiting to hear if anyone got hurt. Unfortunately, it seems that the CCO were ill-prepared for an event like this, and Disrupt seems much more effective and well-organised in comparison. While most of the targeted locations were thankfully empty of people, given the lateness of the hour, the betterment centres were fully staffed when they came under attack. 17 CCOs and 4 administrative staff lost their lives as a result of the brutal actions of Disrupt last night, with countless more injured, many seriously and rushed to hospital. A few Disrupt members were captured during the conflicts, but the vast majority seems to have evaded capture so far. More on this story as it develops. You go to turn off the TV. Something catches your eye before you do. Look at one of the crime scenes that's been living around, the smoking shell of a CCO building. A very distinctive lighter, clearly from Urkistan. It's too small to make out clearly, but there's definitely an engraving on it. What if you and Chippy got yourselves caught up in? So Charlie played a part in the Night of Fire. Interesting. Day 905, a point of no return. As you come home from work, you find a plain black envelope on the mat for your regular post. No stamp, no address. And on the back, it's sealed securely with tape. How very cloak and dagger. The letter enclosed is black paper with orange text, though the customary fist feels noticeably absent. Friends, the time is almost upon us. And when it is there, here, remember the fist of Disrupt, formed of 5 different fingers. The first 2, freedom to profit and freedom of truth. The second 2, freedom to live and freedom of anonymity. Each pair made of separate parts, but when counted together, forming a whole, the first one, then the other. Then, both pairs underlined by the 5th finger to give direction to each. The coordinates are this country's salvation. First 2, second 2, counted, give direction coordinates. We'll figure it out. God. Alright. Day 9 on the trophy, baby! On hardcore mode and options to hide all the helpful info for that stress-induced heart attack feeling. Sure. Alan should. Okay. Alright, day 912. The uprising. A year and a half since Liberation Night. There's Alex. Alan. Are
you receiving?
Firstly, I'm going to tell him Alan.
Come in, Alex.
2 seconds, game.
Pick up. This is Alan James.
Okay. Praise Neil. Closing sale. Everything must go. Fuck yeah! Ladala, the luxurious new range from Eye of the Beholder. And we'll put this in there. This is the only time I'm able to do this.
You're a key player for Disrupt. But we all have our missions tonight, including me. Our advert is on your right.
Okay.
Need it played at the second.
Disrupt. Praise Neil.
When I can. You know what to do.
Gotcha, Alan.
Followed at 10 p.m. by a chance to see the very last episode of Just
I don't want
the
to go on a
Job.
date with your
At
cousin,
10:45,
Colin.
What have you got to lose?
My dignity, my reputation.
It's all right once you get past the teeth and the problematic tattoo.
I'm capable of messing up my own love life.
Sorry about that. David wouldn't get off the phone.
Oh, is David single?
For Christ's sake, Colin, stay out of it.
I can help you. I'm an expert at romance. Ask my ex-wives.
Please don't set me up with your brother. That's 10 seconds, everybody.
You're not as tight, babe.
Too short?
Too smart.
Oh! Oh, she doesn't run as her brother! Oh my god, what the hell?
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News, broadcasting across the territories. My name is Megan Wolfe. Our top stories tonight. Ashes to ashes. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted attacks across the territories. The coordinated action, dubbed the Night of Fire by commentators, was seen as an attempt to...
I don't know which one is actually more helpful.
While emergency services were all kept busy at the agricultural
There we go.
centres, it seems a series of covert attacks was carried out, including the freeing of political prisoners and, sources say, several assassination attempts. The Department of Betterment have declined to comment. Food, glorious food. With the last of the menu centres...
How dare you not want to talk to the mainstream media! The mainstream media! It's the mainstream media! Those guys are your friends!
Started as rationing during the 20-week war has blossomed into a social contract that is the envy of the unawakened world. Jack Tractorpants, spokesman for the menu centres, said today that while they can guarantee the contents of every box is nutritious, the actual quality of the meals you cook depends on whether you have a touch of Chef Jordan Rankley or the culinary skills of a professional footballer. If I were a rich man, problems in territories 11, 17 and 22 today as striking bosses attempted to undermine their new economies. With seemingly no awareness of irony, the former CEOs and MDs have come together to form the Wealth Creators Union, with demands including a return to 150% bonuses, private jets and mandatory grovelling zones. In an annoying show of petulance, the
what would you gain from mandatory grovelling zones? Where the hell did that come from?
Protest of elites inconvenienced
Now, hopefully we see three things after. So hopefully I see three things that show death.
Disrupt extended their reach further across the territory.
So go out.
The
Don't worry about it.
organisation's emblem appeared in every major city across the territories last night in a well-coordinated publicity stunt, which has seen them dominate the headlines. Asked about the impressive display earlier today, Disrupt spokesperson Alan James said that the
Alan
James
James!
as a critical mass. Poor choice of words given recent history.
Alan James!
3 of our regular stories reach their natural conclusions tonight. CEO RIP. Sadly,
There we go.
today, as the remains of missing Sophia Remington were found this morning at the company's Grizzleford facility. Sophia had become ever more reclusive following the total and utter failure of her pet project. Having flung herself into one of the toxic preparation vats, she was only identifiable by her ears. A spokesman for Remington's Fist said, "Sophia will remain in our hearts and in the approximately 45,000 flowers that rolled off the production line in the last few days." A tragic ending for Sophia Remington after a turbulent 2.5 years since she took over the company. Nerdpocalypse. It seems the story of the stranded scientists...
Oh god, what have I done? Oh my god! Oh no!
There don't seem to be any survivors in the remote cave system after a violent conflict broke out about the correct syntax of a binomial equation. Abandoned by their colleagues on the surface, denied supplies by a world which moved on without them, we have to ask ourselves, who's to blame for this crisis?
Me!
Where did they get those swords from?
The butchers.
The sporting world mourned the loss of a former hero today at the funeral of footballing star Johnny Hamsleeves. Dogged by controversy,
Hero, legend, kicked balls.
Became more and more erratic in recent years. His tragic and avoidable death at the age of just
Kick the
29
balls.
will come as a blow to his literally tens of fans around the world.
Bro, you are you okay, Megan? Are you okay? Are you okay, Megan? Are you actually okay? I am not standing for this.
Territories. Today is the day we take back control. Soon it will be time for you to help us again. Come out of your houses, block the traffic, bring the capital to a standstill. I've met so many of you in my travels up and down Territory 1. You always ask the same question. How can I help? Well, this is how. And as for when, you'll know. Keep watching.
But first, 500 days after the loss of a fine leader,
Peter-
a great man.
So,
the start of tonight's program is dedicated to
Peter Clement was killed without me being able to kill him! How dare you, Julia Salisbury!
Julia Salisbury will be breaking ground on what will soon be a
Yeah, I'm calling her the person who killed him.
Patrick.
Longer listening to that old bitch lying through her teeth about missing that poor bastard.
Patrick,
I don't know what I'm going to do.
we're live.
Because I'm not being funny. Things were better with Peter, weren't they?
Patrick?
They were, and I don't mind saying it. They were, because he held her back. Now there's no stopping her.
Hello,
Can't say that, can I?
Patrick!
No, not with
Patrick!
public ownership.
Patrick! Patrick, what are you doing?
I heard from an A.
Patrick!
Hello, Megan. You join me here live from the what? Hello, Megan. You join me here live from the what?
Seems like we've lost some signal there for a moment. Well, we will be going live to that groundbreaking
Wom, 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 wom.
Meanwhile, let me just say, I think the memorial gardens are going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs, and Alana Marsh has done a fabulous job. Oh, okay, all right, it seems like we have got the signal back. We can now go live to Patrick Bannon in Parliament Park. Patrick.
Thank you, Megan. I'm Patrick Bannon, and we are indeed live here. Apologies for the technical difficulties there, but any moment now.
So yeah, Patrick Bannon has been replaced with Patrick Bannon.
The boys in editing have just informed me that the eulogy footage isn't fully cut together yet. You're going to have to do it on the fly. For goodness sake, make sure you make it look good.
Slowly gathering since this afternoon.
This is Alan. You can undermine them here.
Okay, Bozeman. I must ask, why?
It seems like the ceremony
Why
is getting underway.
why did you allow this to happen? You know I'm a supporter of Disrupt. So it's like, why?
Good evening,
what's the point? I'm not even gonna try and reason for fuck's sake.
Liberation Night, another great loss befell the people of these newly united territories. The loss of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend, and a hero. Peter Gordon Clement.
Peter's death at the age of just 62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
Born to a working-class family on a housing estate in Rotherham, Peter first trained as a carpenter before getting his start on
I have no idea what I'm doing.
First moving and building scenery, and then developing into the personality that we all knew and loved so much.
Just the Job first hit our screens over 25 years ago, running for 11 series, winning multiple awards, and charming audiences up and down the country.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are, not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what it took to fight them. Courage, integrity, empathy, and hard, bloody graft.
Across a career spanning 3 decades, Peter Clement was known for shows including Wake Up, It's Saturday, and much later, late night chat show PT, which at its peak drew millions of viewers.
Peter was by no means a saint. Trust me, he once told me he had more regrets than he'd had stolen dinners. He always did have a knack for a turn of phrase. But it speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us his mistakes alongside his achievements, his faults as well as his talents. Peter had the heart to give it all he had for the people of these united territories.
Famous for his potty mouth, It's estimated conservatively that Peter Clement uttered over 1.5 million swear words during his career, though some sources put this figure well in excess of 2 million F-bombs alone.
Gripped by illness as he was in the weeks and months leading up to Liberation Night, he wasn't the man we loved.
Boom!
But his eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that spark of wit and wisdom of a life lived for others.
Prime Minister Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering from the long-term effects of alcohol abuse.
I first met Peter nearly 20 years ago. Moments before I was supposed to give a speech. Not unlike this one, actually. Only I'd spilt coffee all down myself. I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked, and then from behind me I heard, "Christ, pet, you've either pissed your kecks or sprung a leak, but either way you got a problem." And before I could even say a word, he stripped off his dry trousers and insisted I took them. That was the sort of man that Peter Clement was. Kind, compassionate, sensitive, a brilliant thinker, a natural leader, but mostly a good man. This glorious nation of ours, so beautiful and new, this shining beacon of...
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, I did it!
Steer public perception soon. It's really starting. You'll know when.
Despite his accomplishments, the future he forged, the boundaries he pushed, to me, he'll always be the man in his pants, cheering on a stranger at the back of the conference.
There we go.
It is my great honour to give to you the Peter Clement Memorial Garden. Should we see if we can get a
I'm going to throw the jobs here, just as a reminder.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Now, Alex, control the message.
I'm not leaving, I can't!
Oi!
You two!
You're hurting me!
Well, stop resisting then! Stop resisting and we'll let you up! Stop resisting and we'll... What are you doing?
I'm not resisting! You all saw! I'm not resisting!
The right to be here! I said turn the fucking camera off! I said turn the... Who the fuck are you?
Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear anything.
Yes, you can. Medics are coming, you sit down.
No, I can't hear you. I'm from the National Nightly News.
Salisbury's still here. Salisbury's still here. Ray! 10 million people! Justice demands a response!
Haven't you done enough? Haven't you done enough?
Fucking
This is what your precious freedom looks like, is it? Open fire!
People of territory, war! Rise up! Take to the streets, the time has come! Stop fires! Break windows! Draw them out! They can't stop us all! Resist!
Lower your weapons! Lower your weapons!
What are you doing? Come on!
Will you turn that off, please, sir? I said turn it off. I said turn it off.
Shocking scene.
Is this not enough? You've just seen them execute unarmed civilians, people like you and me. So why are you watching this? Why are you not in the streets with us tonight? What will it take for you to get up and be a part of this? March on team headquarters, storm the building, demand elections, demand answers. Be what you were born to be, the once and future free.
What that means by now. Don't go away. We'll be back after this. We'll be back.
Thank you, Alex. From all of us, you're doing great.
was a good distance from the unit.
Introducing the new luxurious
And now, the death of Helen the Cat's reboat shoe has been confirmed. This is why we picked Eye of the Beholder. It gave me an excuse to add Eye of the Beholder ads, which kill Helen the Cat's reboat shoe. Because what the hell?
During this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get a coded location out. We don't know which camera he's on, but if we find out, I'll let you know.
This was not the version of the motorsport I wanted, but you know what? I will take it, to be completely honest.
Not 2, but 24 years. Nothing is eternal.
24 years.
That dries in moments.
What? No, look at it.
That's 10 seconds, everybody.
Just leave this with me. I know where we should go with this.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, Megan Wolfe. Very shortly, we'll be taking our daily trip down to the village for the notice board. But first, let's have a quick catch-up with Mr. Jeff de Plume.
Yeah. Right. Listen up, you lot. We need to get a few things straight.
Everything okay, Jeff?
You're not exactly fans of what we're trying to do here. You've made that perfectly clear.
So what's going on, Jeff?
I'm just having a little word with the viewers, Megan. Don't worry yourself about it. Now.
Jeff. Seems like you've forgotten where you are, Jeff.
Well,
Which is a shame. A real shame.
Megan, what are you doing?
Now tell me, Jeff.
We've just heard our man's on camera 4.
As you know, Megan, we do our segment on the show every single day.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't have to. You should see some of the letters I get.
I would love to see some of those letters personally, Jeff.
Well, luckily, I brought them all with me here.
You're
Oh my God.
small man, aren't you?
Yeah. Now, there's been a lot of misunderstandings.
Excellent work, Alex. That's the location shared. Next, you'll need to give them a go.
If it's all right with you.
Well, yes, our viewers are our
I'm
priority.
hearing gunfire.
That's a good idea.
Well, I couldn't agree more. Right, yeah, this one annoyed me. Dominic from Rantley wrote, Dear arrogant, talentless oaf. I think it's addressed to Tommy, but still.
Oh my God!
You're
How
annoying,
dare
and
you?
I wish you'd all go and
dare
live
you?
in the sea.
Oh, God, yeah, that's going to be hard to hear, isn't it? What would you say to Dominic?
Yeah, I'd say that 3 Screenwriters Awards and a TV Digest nomination beg to differ.
He's brought them with him.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of that lot agree with Dominic. Yeah.
Does look that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, what have we got? Oh, yeah, Janet from Sanford wrote, fuck off, Jeff. Fair enough.
Yeah.
What have we got? Here. Oh, yeah, this one. We've got blah, 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 Philippus, Talon, yada, yada, Tommy's fine. And here we are. But you, Jeff, are the most pointless waste of airtime since the test card.
Oh my God!
Your show is the greatest waste of time. Never mind.
Right, yeah, this one. Someone's drawn a picture in what I assume is ketchup next to my home address with a message that just reads, "You're a shitty man."
Quite good. This one simply reads, I want watch this rubbish, which I assume is a spelling mistake, but either way, it's just very confusing.
Yeah. Fuck off.
Yeah, so the strength of feeling here is strong, I would say. Jeff, what do you want to say to people at home?
I would say there's an easy explanation, Megan. Yeah? As you know, we are unbelievably funny in here. Yeah? So it seems to me quite obvious that certain people upstairs are so unbelievably bad at their jobs, or, and I think this more likely, are deliberately trying to ruin the show. Alex Winston, you just be glad that security won't let me.
So you're you're blaming the notice board's poor ratings on our long-suffering broadcast team.
I am, yeah. They're making us look like a bunch of pricks out there, Megan.
Listen, while our skilled broadcast team might have made a few errors that have led to some sloppy segments, I really don't think that's fair.
Yeah? Well, I think that's bullshit.
Well, I think that's... If you go then and get ready. Whew, that was Jeff de Plume there, creator and writer of the notice board. Just a reminder, if you do have any comments or criticism about Jeff, you can send them in. He clearly reads them all, so please do. But now it's time, maybe for the last time, to head over to the notice board.
How the fuck am I meant to do that? That's literally a video in like a nanosecond.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. I've forgotten the line. Can we go again? I've forgotten the line. Can we go again? Oh, it's got again.
What a day!
What a day! First a tea morning, and then to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh, wait. Perhaps I do. Perhaps I do. Oh! Bus sake, Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Freeze, dirtbag!
Oh! Shit. Laura, I thought you were a knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
Of course, I keep forgetting that thanks to you and your team, violence in our streets is a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know!
It's time for the go code. Give us 3 boos in a row, Alex. That will start the pincer movement. You might just pull this off. Push forward! 3 boos, Alex.
Careful, Vicar. It looks heavy.
Now don't call me the Right Reverend Rip for no reason.
That's a bad joke. So it deserves that.
Yes!
It's no good. It's no good.
Looks like all those crucifix classes were a waste of time.
Fuck!
A young CCO will be able to...
No!
Try and get the next one.
Looks like all of those lifting classes were a waste of time.
It's too heavy.
Got 2 out of 3. I hope that's enough.
Let's hope that's enough. At least you tried, Alex.
Strong enough to lift this.
Did someone call for the best firefighter in town?
Did the whiteboard just flashbang me?
Evans, you're so much stronger than us.
Especially me, the weak old man.
It's the least I could do for my community.
No luck catching the little devil then?
Unfortunately not. The ferret struck again last night. When Ray opened the post office this morning, he found that every single stamp had been pre-lit.
My God!
Some people have no decency.
Sadly, if we don't catch him before tomorrow, we may have to cancel the village fete.
Don't worry. We won't let that happen. Will we, Vicar?
No.
Will we, Vicar?
Laura, tell me, why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's because of his sneaky nature, but really it's because whenever he strikes, he always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never fear, officer. We'll catch this pissy nuisance and save the village fete, or my name's not Captain. Danger Evans. The community cohesion team are doing their best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery. But I know someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open. Me! Blackout! Me! Blackout!
Ah! It's the morning of the fete now, thanks to the theatrical convention.
I sure hope everything goes to plan. Oh, look, there's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
And look, there's the motorcycle display team setting up for a show that would be too expensive to show on television.
I'm setting up the coconut shy. What are you doing, Vicar?
Well, first, I'm running the tombola, and then I'm selling forgiveness for money.
Aren't you judging the jams?
I couldn't possibly.
Oh, that sounded like Mrs. Craven. Looks like someone sucked all the jam out of her donuts.
The damn ferrets are struck again.
Whatever are we to do?
Although I'm very competent, I have no idea how to solve this case.
I guess we'll have to cancel the fete.
Hold it right there, ferret.
Me? Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Reverend!
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
Vicar, is this true?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Reverend!
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
Vicar, is this true?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Reverend!
No, stop. We've got to stop. Let's just... hold it right there, ferret.
Me? Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
Vicar, is this true?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Reverend!
No! Someone's fucked this! Someone this! Here. Admit it, you wanted the fete cancelled so you could have a day off, didn't you? Vicar, is this true? Yes. I already have to work Sundays.
I already have to work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days a week.
Vicar, is this true?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Reverend!
Okay, sorry, we're just going to have to cut short the final episode of the notice board then.
What?
Yeah, yep.
No, there's a good bit coming up where I'm sorry.
It is a shame. It's a real shame. We would like to thank you all.
Look, let's just go on with the last bit. Tommy, let's just go on with the last bit. Tommy, for fuck's sake, you late! Right, fine. Right, fine. I already have to work Sundays.
It's something about,
God fucking damn it!
So thanks again to the cast of the notice board. So much.
But how did you know? My first clue was the smell.
The hundreds of lessons and the laughs over the
that's
last
right,
year
I do
and a
smell
half.
of urine. Right. Next, I noticed that the vicar's tongue was particularly dry, almost as if he'd been licking thousands and thousands of stamps.
We'll be so sad to see it go, but at least we ended on a high. We'll be seeing the opening number of a brand new musical.
You fucking regret this!
That's coming.
Just leave it by the bins.
Wow! That was definitely something!
Alex, this station is supposed to be unbiased. Your partisan behavior will end up getting us taken into public ownership even sooner. Less revolutionary zeal. Do your job.
Bozeman, are you okay?
Policies are. Well, I was wrong. And I'm here tonight to say I'm sorry. And to beg for your forgiveness.
One last push, Alex.
My parents are not rich.
We're closing in. One of the guests in the last
It's the
segment
one less thing to talk about the Bozeman after this.
censor on our behalf.
At least.
If we do it right, the final orders will be given. We have 3 chances. Get at least 2 of them right, and we're going to win this thing. It's Alex. Tonight we take it back.
So when Advance came to power, I didn't think about the damage they would do. I acted selfishly. I was glad to see the rich punished. I didn't see how backwards advance were. I didn't understand that rather than tearing down the wealth creators, we should have been helping everyone else to take a seat at their table. Under advance, the country is poorer. It is poorer in ambition. It is poorer in aspiration.
What the fuck is that on to Paul?
We are infantilized by advance's naive policies.
Please, Sarah, anything.
Sorry, I'm really not supposed to say.
Are we safe?
Hi, I'm Maddie. Johnny just said to ask if you need any touch-up.
I have hauled myself out to the media to defend.
That's my shade, is it?
Yeah.
This is my shade?
My parents. I see that now. Mum, Dad.
You can run back to Jenny.
Look at Sarah in the back.
Sorry about that, Sarah. Nothing you can tell me. At all, like at all.
They said no one's died, that's all I can say.
10 seconds.
What's wrong with you?
She is in tears.
Ugh.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later in this segment, we're hoping to be able to go back to Patrick Bannon at the scene of tonight's shocking Disrupt attack. But first, I'm delighted to be joined by the cast of the smash hit musical.
It's time for the Novaries.
I'll be speaking with the cast in a moment, but first, let's take a look at them in action. Please give a warm National Nightly welcome to the Novaries.
Hello? Doctor? Yes, I see. Thank you for letting me know. I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. And my job is well paid and fulfilling. I have a husband, John. He's due home soon, won't be long. And I have to tell him something that is absolutely chilling. We share coffee in the morning, and we make love every day. We take time alone together to talk and laugh and play. We prioritize.
Holy shit, that was a boom.
Do charitable deeds, but the flowers of a happy life are now beset by weeds.
I'm home.
Oh, darling John.
Oh, dearest John.
There's something very wrong. I've just had a conversation with our doctor, David Watts, so please be seated. This news will make you feel defeated. The scans revealed a lump.
You poor unlucky chump. Is it cancer?
We're so done. We're having a baby.
How can this be?
Oh, woe is me.
Why has this happened to me? I always wear 2 condoms for the maximum of
Safety in our time.
Should have had responsibility.
Peaceful habitat. Now our lives are fucked. We're having a baby. Now you can't have any wine at book club.
And there won't be any time for foot rubs.
Now your hair will stink of weed.
And you'll start to disagree. And forget about that holiday in Territory 3. No more waking up at 10:30. In fact, you're never going to get a good night's sleep again. No more snap decisions to go on to a club.
You'll be lucky if you even make it out to the pub. Why can't we be more like our gay and lesbian chums?
The only glue they have to deal with comes from personal bums.
Now when I take a sick day at home,
The parasite won't leave you alone.
how he's grown.
We're our top priority.
I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble and strife. We got a childless life. No one wails and no one bawls. No one draws things on the walls.
A happy husband,
A wonderful wife.
we got a childless life. We're having a baby.
Yeah. Propaganda goes hard.
Changing nappies daily. We're having a
baby.
No more weekends by the coast. Now your kid is up.
Clap. Clap. Propaganda goes hard.
Amazing. The Novaries there, treating us to their opening number from Elegy for a Childless Life, which is currently the hottest ticket in the capital theatre district. And we'll be touring the territories later this year.
Then come on, you guys.
Come on down, let's go. Don't be shy. Hello.
Hi, Megan. Hi. It's an honour to be here.
Oh, really? Are you fans of the show?
It used to be.
Well, listen, let's get stuck in. Your amazing musical. Now, I mean, not only do you perform this show every single night,
With matinees on Wednesday and Saturday.
right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributed their ideas, and then some of us went away and did the actual work on the script. But no, it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me. I've not introduced any of you. I'll be the one being replaced next. Let's go down the line, shall we?
Hi, I'm Jack. Hi.
Jim Blunt. Pleasure to be here.
Jennifer Boreham Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Sapley. Used to be in the business professionally.
My name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest.
That's incredible. And you were all friends previously. I mean, what a coincidence, right? With your names beginning with a J.
Oh my goodness, guys! Our names all begin with J.
How have we never noticed that?
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times?
You knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I thought we all knew. It's bloody obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing where we never mentioned it.
And I believe as well as being friends, you're also couples. In real life as well as in the show.
Well, not exactly.
I'm not married to him. I'm with Janet.
And I'm with John, you lucky bean.
Jim and I are married.
4 fabulous years.
Well, that must make for some confusion in the rehearsal room.
Well, you should have seen the first draft. Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack, Jen Janet, Jill Jen, Janet Jill.
Why?
What about John?
Well, my character was called Man 1.
It was allegorical.
Man 1?
Not for a professional.
After much toing and froing, gnashing and wailing.
And gin and tonic.
We decided that we'd just use our own names, which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong dressing rooms.
Oh, God, yeah, that would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Nimbley Village Hall, but when I registered it with the Department for Culture, it caught the eye of someone high up, and before you could say overnight sensation, we were transferring to the capital.
It's all been a bit of a roller coaster, really. I'm only 19. I'm the youngest.
You really don't have to repeat that.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Well, yes, we all had to move to the capital.
I love that job.
It's been a very turbulent time.
So peaceful, no singing. So peaceful, no singing.
This piece isn't.
Stand by, Alex. Censor the orange.
It's about children and why you shouldn't have them.
Here we go.
In a way, I guess it is. Unit, an eagle advance on target. The message 22. Terrible problem.
Understand, Megan?
You clearly agree.
Wow, this isn't about me. Of course we see that this isn't about me. Unit, eagle advance on the guitar. 20 to 9.
Very chatty tonight, dear.
Usually I'm the chatty one.
No, it's not a badge of honour, Janet.
Well said, John. Thanks, Janet. Got you back.
So, John, could you just tell us what is the play about? What happens in it?
Well,
go ahead.
It's a tragedy, obviously.
It's like, Jenny, you need to say something to Bannon! Fantastic!
And then the story charts the downfall of their hopes and dreams.
And there's lots of singing.
And dancing.
There's lots of singing. A lot.
My character works at a menu centre for a distribution unit. Eagle-eyed, she sees her friend's rapid advance to a pit of despair, becoming a
I
target.
feel like I'm going to cut in on an hour here. And I don't want this to be a more hour long, otherwise I have to cut this up and just different recordings.
Too much.
Let's not spoil the second act for anyone who might come to see it.
Which should be all of you.
My PS5 is just giving me a warning saying I only have about 5 minutes left on the recording before it cuts it short, so fantastic.
The children are a blessing. Well, I've done the research and they're not. Besides, there's already loads of bastards running around all over the place, so...
We just want people to have the option of a happy, child-free life without stigma. You know, when I was 14, before I had come out, I had an experience with a girl called Julia Jacobs. She was an experiment, I guess, you know, a chance to dip my toes into the...
Well, thank you so much for coming in tonight. I really hope you keep them dancing in the aisles for many performances to come. The no there. And I am pleased to say we can now go back to Patrick Bannon to get the latest from the scene of tonight's horrific events. Patrick, you okay?
Thank you, Megan. This
Right.
is Patrick Bannon reporting from the scene of
Patrick
tonight's
Bannon?
devastating
Are you sure about that, mate?
tonight this evening.
Oh, God.
Which I myself have been found myself caught up in. I'm still a little
God.
dazed.
This is like,
If I seem that it's time to speak with the Prime Minister, Mrs. Salisbury, that's you. You're still here. The Prime Minister.
I couldn't leave. Not when there were people that needed help. Any team player would have done the same. I don't deserve praise for being human.
Yes, no accolades here. Or palisades. Or lemonade. Right. Or lemonade. So, is the situation now? Are we safe?
Yes. The security services performed their duties without hesitation, and I would like to assure the public that although there have been some injuries, there were no civilian deaths here this evening.
Oh, that's good news about the Sorry, did you say no deaths?
That's right. No civilian deaths. Just the 4 disrupt terrorists curtailed by law enforcement, who were, as always, so good.
Oh, God.
If I may, I have a message for your viewers.
Oh, there's smoke! There's smoke! We've got smoke coming out! There we go! Uh-oh.
Stay at home tonight. Stay at home. Do not become another casualty of war. Disrupt have had their moment. But, as the dear departed Peter Clements once famously said, it ends today.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Thanks for those strong words of strength.
Okay, I will be playing this then.
Studio. Megan, now in studio.
Thank you, I need editing to do this now! Fantastic!
Patrick Bannon there, bravely reporting from the front line of tonight's horrifying bombing. Maybe you need to get checked out, Patrick. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's
Oh!
news.
Victory is in sight, my friends. You have mobilized. You have come together. From our agents at the television networks risking arrest and getting those words to you, to the many hundreds and thousands gathering to invade team headquarters. As I speak, we are turning the tide, and it is time for change. Tonight we topple their regime, and we also silence their mouthpiece. Channel 1. Time to wake up.
Out from the shadows, and they are not the overwhelming force they would have you believe. The military have been actioned, and well, it's pretty scary out there tonight, so stay at home and stay with Channel 1, because the team has assured this programme that the turbulence...
Okay, hang on, give me a second. I need to bloody stop the recording and start a new one.
When we once again focus our minds on building the new future with equality, fairness and resources for all. My name is Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
Alex, tonight is the beginning of the fall of advance. Vice Chair, 11 o'clock.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!
Permission granted, old friend. We are going to detonate. Look out your window, Alex. See what you helped make happen.
Oh my God! I'm just gonna turn off power just to make sure I'm fine. I wanna make sure all this is fine. Make sure all the things are fine. Also go into that video as well later. Well, that was definitely a moment of all time. That's the end of that broadcast. Oh, I'm going all over the place. Anyway, so holy shit! Look at that bar. How the hell would you call that exceedingly poor? Fuck you, game. Disrupt effectively silence and disrupt ruin the broadcast. What do you mean? More bonus. Things are looking up. That's bad sign. Don't I think. I'll see. Anyway, item hold us up. Remington's fist is down. Neil's deals is on neutral and Treasure Corp's down. Anyway, disrupt us up and channel will still hate us. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this episode, which I have had to cut short a little bit. Anyway, we will meet you next time for day 1975, the Sterility. And also, it's my birthday today, so there should be a stream tonight-ish. Right now, I'm off either watching a movie or bowling. I don't know which. It's one or the other, to be completely honest. I don't know what's happening right now, but anyway, happy birthday to me. I'm recording this on Monday, and when this video comes out, it's the Friday, 11th of October, which is my birthday. So, yeah. So, it's my birthday. Fantastic.
Friends and neighbours, and have confidence that the team will keep.
So now.
The people never happy. It's never enough.
Anyway, let's go. Goodbye, and I will see you next time with the Stefano Arrivederci.